Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Karrington. Thank you for joining me today. Let's get into it. Derrick Jaxn. If you don't know who he is, I will insert some clips and I'm sure you're going to recognize.
I have no sympathy for a man who finds it to be difficult to be faithful after being in a promiscuous lifestyle, and neither should you. I would say 9 times out of 10, when a dude gets caught cheating, that wasn't his very first time cheating. That wasn't his only time cheating. That was his only time getting caught.
I don't really watch Derrick Jaxn. I used to watch him a little bit when he popped up on my Facebook and YouTube, whatever. I know he always has these talks in his car, these motivational things. He's usually speaking about men, to men, or he's speaking to women about men, about how a man is supposed to act in a relationship, manly things that men do, all this stuff. At first, I thought, cool, here's a guy who is just preaching. Yes, I love it. And then as time went on and as more of his videos popped up on my feed, I was like, this guy is full of it. For me, it was just a load of crap. I didn't believe much of what he was saying. So when I recently saw this pop up onto my Twitter, I wanted to do a reaction video because I thought, even though I didn't watch this guy like religiously, I didn't really buy most of the things that he was selling. He popped up a lot, and I know a lot of women really listened to the things that he was saying about how a man is supposed to be, how a man should treat women in relationships, and just preaching the most. So I wanted to watch this reaction video that he did a video sitting down with his wife, admitting that he cheated on her throughout their marriage. One, I didn't know that he was even married. Did anybody else know that? Let me know below. And two, I just thought that this was crazy. Let's watch it. I didn't even get to watch it all yet, so let's watch it and I'm gonna comment.
Is one that was preceded by marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out, definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took.
All right, let's pause it there. First of all, this setup already. Why is she holding his hand? I just want to know. First of all, I don't think, I will never say never, but I do not think I would ever hold my cheating husband's hand, my cheating man's hand, whoever I'm with, in a video that is going to be on public display on the internet, shown worldwide, holding his hand while he is admitting to cheating on me. I'm gonna guess that they're trying to put up some united front, but it wouldn't be me. Because the fact of the matter is, had this situation been reversed, let's say his wife was some big social media guru, some woman who was preaching to whoever, she was a public figure as well, and she cheated on him throughout their marriage. I find it very hard to believe that he would sit right next to her, hold her hand, while she tells the whole world, yes, I cheated on my husband multiple times. I've had affairs. I've had sexual encounters. I've done this, that, the other. So the fact that they are sitting here and she is willing to hold his hand throughout this video, to me, is just, it's off. You can see from the look on her face, This is uncomfortable for her. She's obviously not happy to be sharing this news. I'm not really sure what made her agree to do this, but if, you know, that's her choice, I'm not going to judge her for her choice. It's interesting that he's put on a sweater and she's in her bonnet, her glasses. She just looks like she doesn't care. She wasn't looking to get dressed up for this video, I'm guessing. And I could understand why not. It's an interesting choice to go with this, but let's continue.
Definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing.
I find it interesting that she's nodding her head, but I'm not hearing anything from her. Maybe she's shy, but where is the yep, yes? Like, I would be very vocal in this moment if I'm going to sit here and do this, but let's continue. And let's be clear, I'm not attacking her. I'm just reading her body language as he is explaining to the world his infidelities.
But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent, and think that I can't be held accountable. The same way that I preach, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn's no exemption. He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No friend influenced me. It don't matter how I was raised and what trauma, whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bet and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing, in our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys. So we're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. But did you want to say anything?
Yeah.
Okay, finally, 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the video, she gets to say her part. Like, whatever. All right, let me hear what she has to say.
I do want to just add that I agree with what he just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable. And it's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward. And when I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so. And I stayed gone. No matter how many times he came, I stayed gone and stood firm on, I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I seen a shift and a change in his mentality, in how he carried himself, in how he presented himself, and conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years of knowing each other. And when we were able to have these dialogues, said, okay, Lord, this is something that you've had your hand on. And this was with me being completely removed from his life. And him pursuing God, continuing to pursue God, and continuing to eliminate these things that led up to the catastrophe that you guys are seeing for the first time. So there's nothing out there right now that is information that I don't already know about or haven't known about. And so this is not something that is new. We have moved forward from it. We have gotten counsel for it and continue to do so. He is still continuing to pursue God and continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God. And that is what I needed for the continuation of me being present and in this marriage and to stand by his side. So today, where I'm at is at peace, and I proudly stand by his side, and I have no hesitation, I have no hurt, no shame about that. And it's only because of the grace of God and the mercy of God. And we have already turned a new chapter in this story. We are continuing to move forward, and we are just now sharing that with you all. And I forgave him, and most importantly, God has first forgiven him, and I also forgive the others as well. And with that, we are free and moving forward. So absolutely, that's all I have.
Yeah. And I get it. Some of y'all, like, this may come as a huge shock, probably a huge disappointment. I let a lot of you down. If you've had a perspective shift on who Derrick is, hopefully it's away from anything remotely close to perfection. And then it's simply that, I am a human, and that does not justify anything that I did. But I don't want anybody out there to be putting me on a pedestal. If you did, then I hate that you did that. Maybe I gave you cause for that, and I apologize if I did. For those who are saying, Derrick, I don't want to ever listen to you again, it's totally understandable. I appreciate you while I had your support and helping me get the message out about healing and healthy relationships to so many people who needed it, myself included. And for those who are going to continue to support, man, I appreciate you like never before, because I know it's not going to be easy going forward, at least for a little while so many things are still fresh and attached to my name. But for everybody out there, if you get nothing else from what I've ever said over the last 9 years or right.
All right. Some thoughts, yeah. I can see why, after watching the whole video, why she was able to hold his hand through that, because it sounds like this happened a year ago, and she mentioned how she left him. I guess they went through their healing, and that's why she's able to be on camera holding his hand today while he admits these things to the world. It's just, to me, I've noticed people, especially when it comes to relationships, that are very vocal about how relationships should be. Like, they are just so set in their stones, trying to preach on monogamy, and that are doing all this. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. People that are so like preachy like that, I just always wonder, you're just kind of giving me some fishy vibes, something sus over there. I just find that very interesting that he's admitted to doing this. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Again, I didn't realize that he was married. If you go to his YouTube channel and you scroll, you'll just see videos of him in his car doing his preaching like he usually does. And this is the first time I'm seeing his wife. If they're healing in their relationship and that's where they want to move forward, then I wish them all the best. That's a decision for the both of them. I'm not going to knock her for choosing to stay with her husband.
Hey guys, just a quick edit here. So new information has shown that the wife, Derrick Jaxn, is not okay mentally. She is going through it. I can only imagine the type of verbal abuse that her husband, Derrick, has put her through. So I might do a part 2 if I'm able to get to that. I just had my wisdom teeth removed, so we'll see if I can get to that. But I feel I might be able to do a part 2 on that. But there is definitely some more information showing that this is just a mess. And Derrick, all those videos that he's posted in the past preaching about cheating men and men should never do this or that, he was just really talking about himself, because he is not it. Okay, so I just wanted to insert that real quick. Thanks.
That's her decision. I do think that this is definitely crazy to see this all happen, and that he moves forward telling the whole world his business. But hey, I guess being a public figure, sometimes you have to do some things like that. So yeah, but that's all of my thoughts for today on this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Check out my music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that stuff in the description box. And I'll catch you all in the next video.